Welcome back to another episode of the Force Report, everybody. My name's Ross. This is the channel where we talk all things Star Wars gaming news and updates. Today we're going to be discussing EA leaving the future of its franchises in the hands of the studios and what that could mean for games like Star Wars Battlefront 2, Jedi Fallen Order 2, and potentially Battlefront 3 in the future. If you guys enjoy this video, please be sure to smash that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on that notification bell so you guys never miss an upload. And if you guys are new, make sure to just comment that down below and just say I subscribed. It helps me welcome you guys to the channel properly. Now let's get into this. So as we're all wondering what the future of Star Wars games and EA and their partnership coming to an end in 2023 will look like, I stumbled upon this article about a few days ago, and it just says the title of it is EA is leaving the future of franchises like Battlefront and Titanfall in the hands of its studios. So after reading that title, what that means is DICE and Respawn, those smaller studios under EA, will now determine what the future of their games look like, and EA will just be kind of chiming in when needed, but this basically just opens up so much more possibilities for these games to continue. This is an article by Jack Webb, and we are going to get into all of it, and then we're going to share our thoughts and opinions towards the end. So it starts off by saying EA is going to place the future of its franchises in the hands of its individual studios, according to one of its executives. In an interview with IGN, EA's chief studio officer Laura Meal spoke about the future of the studio's franchises, specifically mentioning Titanfall and Star Wars Battlefront 2, among others. During the talk, Meal spoke about the developers of Titanfall. Respawn Entertainment has complete control over the franchise. In quotes, that team will determine what the future holds for Apex Legends and Titanfall. I don't believe in directing or telling game teams what to create. It has to come from the player community, she said. Even though the studio seemingly focus on developing Apex Legends, the Battle Royale hit set in the Titanfall universe, we probably shouldn't rule out any sequels to Titanfall 2, which has an incredibly loyal and passionate player base. Apex takes place in the Titanfall world, and the Respawn team is incredibly proud of the legacy and brand. Note, Meal, so it kind of sounds like if players ask enough for Titanfall 3, then Respawn might listen. Something Meal mentions a number of times throughout the interview is the initial fan backlash to Star Wars Battlefront 2 and how player feedback helped turn that title around into something completely different from what it was first released. When I first took this studio leadership role, players were incredibly unhappy with the game, Meal said. We had made commitments to deliver content to the community, but we didn't have team members assigned to deliver on these promises. We created free content for players because it was the right thing to do, and I felt we owed it to our community of players. During the talk, Meal also announced scrapping of Anthem Next, specifically so that EA can divert attention and effort to other key franchises like Mass Effect and Dragon Age, which Meal says was a move to help allocate time and resources to the later two. Ultimately, Meal comments on the autonomy of EA Studios should leave with a lot of people for hope for sequels and new IPs from your favorite games and developers. There's a lot of creative autonomy with Electronic Arts, she says, which points towards new games can get made. She did caveat that this by saying EA will step in and make decisions when needed, but she made clear that developers are given agency to create the games they want to make. So now that we read that, what does that mean to you guys? Do you think now that DICE has full creative control over the Battlefront franchise and Respawn has full control over Jedi Fallen Order, do you think we'll be getting those sequels a lot sooner than we think? Do you think that gives us, a higher possibility? We do know that EA was very focused on Mass Effect and the Dragon Age games coming out, so having those smaller studios kind of take back and focus on their individual franchises, I think that gives us a higher possibility of seeing these sequels in the future. Starting with the revive of Battlefront 2 in January 2021, when 19 million players joined the game through the Epic Games Store release, I believe we'll see hopefully some new content drops now that DICE has full control of the game. They can see the player base, they can see, these smaller developers are looking at what the communities are asking for, and that's what they said in the article, that they are feeding off. That they want to feed off what the community is asking for and make games based on that and not based on big corporate decisions. Now, going back to seeing what the community is asking for, do you think that gives us a higher probability of seeing a Battlefront 3? Do we think that we are going to see that announcement that we have been rumored for in the first half of the year? It's very up in the air right now, but I think with how much the community has been asking for a Battlefront 3 since 2005, and the rumors just speculating around it, I think it's very highly likely that we are going to see something within that April 20th date that we mentioned and May 4th, or maybe at E3 this summer, but I think it's a very high chance we can see it, especially now that DICE has full creative control over that. So after reading this article, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that these games and the community we have is big enough to kind of share our voice and make sure that we're heard and that they deliver on the games we've been asking for? Do you think we could see some new Battlefront 2 content drops, even just some new characters dropped in the game, and hopefully an announcement for a AAA Star Wars game this year? Because all we've gotten was Star Wars Hunters and a Republic Commando port to PS4 and Switch. That is absolutely not enough to keep this community engaged, I don't think. And as awesome as those games could be, we need a full-on AAA title announcement. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. It's pretty awesome knowing that EA has stepped back and has given pretty much full control to the smaller studios to work on projects like Battlefront and Jedi Fallen Order, giving DICE and Respawn that basically creative control. If you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to smash that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing if you guys are new, and then turn on that notification bell so you guys never miss an upload. Let me know what you guys think down below. And as always, my name's Ross, and this was an episode of The Force Report.